Welcome to our series, Fine Poetry, poems that touch deeper chords. Today, Yvor Winters, 1900 to 1968. A song in passing. Where am I now? And what am I to say portends? Death is but death, and not the most obtuse of ends. No matter how one leans, one yet fears not to know. God knows what all this means. The mortal mind is slow. Eternity is here. There is no other place. The only thing I fear is the almighty face. At the San Francisco airport, this is the terminal. The light gives perfect vision, false and hard. The metal glitters deep and bright. Great planes are waiting in the yard. They are already in the night. And you are here beside me, small, contented and fragile, and intent on things that I but half recall. Yet, going whither you are bent, I am the past, and that is all. But you and I, in part, are one. The frightened brain, the nervous will, the knowledge of what must be done, the passion to acquire the skill to face that which you dare not shun. The rain of matter upon sense destroys me momently. The score, there comes what will come. The expense is what one thought and something more, one's being and intelligence. This is the terminal, the break. Beyond this point, on lines of air, you take the way that you must take, and I remain in light and stare, in light and nothing else, awake. By the road to the airbase, the calloused grass lies hard against the crackling plain. Life is a grayish stain. The salt marsh hems my yard. Dry dikes rise hill on hill in sloughs of tidal slime. Shellfish deposit lime. Wild seafowl creep at will. The highway, like a beach, turns whiter, shadowy, dry, loud, pale against the sky. The bombing planes hold speech. Yet fruit grows on the trees. Here scholars pause to speak. Through gardens bare and Greek, I hear my neighbor's bees. John Sutter. I was the patriarch of the shining land, of the blonde summer and metallic grain. Men vanished at the motion of my hand, and when I beckoned, they would come again. The earth grew dense with grain at my desire. The shade was deepened at the springs and streams, moving in dust that clung like pillared fire. The gathering herds grew heavy in my dreams. Across the mountains, naked from the heights, Down to the valley broken settlers came, and in my houses feasted through the nights, rebuilt their sinews and assumed a name. In my clear rivers my own men discerned the motive for the ruin and the crime. Gold heavier than earth, a wealth unearned, loot for 2 decades from the heart of time. Metal, intrinsic value, deep and dense, preanimate, inimitable, still, real, but an evil with no human sense, disperse the mind to concentrate the will. Grained by alchemic change, the humankind turned from themselves to rivers and to rocks. With dynamite broke metal unrefined, measured their moods by geologic shocks. With knives they dug the metal out of stone, turned rivers back for gold through ages piled, drove knives to hearts and faced the gold alone, valley and river ruined and reviled. Reviled and ruined me, my servant slew, strangled him from the fig tree by my door. When they had done what fury bade them do, I was a cursing beggar, stripped and sore. What end impersonal, what breathless age, incontinent of quiet and of years, what calm catastrophe will yet assuage this final drought of penitential tears? Sonnet to the Moon. Now every leaf, though colorless, burns bright with disembodied and celestial light, and drops without a movement or a sound, a pillar of darkness to the shifting ground. The lucent, thin, and alcoholic flame runs in the stubble with a nervous aim, but when the eye pursues, will point with fire each single stubble tip, and strain no higher. O triple goddess, contemplate my plight, opacity my fate, change my delight. The yellow tomcat, sunk in shifting fur, changes and dreams, a phosphorescent blur. Sullen I wait, but still the vision shun, bodiless thoughts and thoughtless bodies run. And the last poem, to Emily Dickinson. Dear Emily, my tears would burn your page, but for the fire-dry line that makes them burn, burning my eyes, my fingers, while I turn singly the words that crease my heart with age. If I could make some tortured pilgrimage through words or time or the blank pain of doom, and kneel before you as you found your tomb, then I might rise to face my heritage. Yours was an empty upland solitude, bleached to the powder of a dying name, the mind lost in a word's lost certitude that faded as the fading footsteps came to trace an epilogue to words grown odd in that hard argument which led to God.